All right, welcome. It's me, John Park. Welcome to John Park's Workshop. We are back after our Thanksgiving break last week. I hope everyone had a lovely week, and it is great to be back in the workshop. Oh my gosh, my audio is clipping. Yeah, that's, whoa, sorry. I was raising that a lot for that music. How about now? Yeah, that should be a little better. And yeah, that's about as loud as I'll get, right? Thank you, ToddBot, in the chat. Welcome to everyone in the Discord chat. It is very helpful to have instant feedback on dB levels for the audio, so I appreciate everyone who is helping out over there. And welcome also to everyone watching on Facebook and YouTube and Periscope and anywhere else that you're watching. Twitch. Hello, Twitch. So we've got a cool show. We've got some neat stuff. I'm excited about this week's project. It is super useful. I've been using the heck out of it. I'm going to bump my voice level up just a little bit. Sometimes when I lean down, it gets real loud, so I'll be careful about that. The mic is right there. So, before we launch into this week's project and talking about that, let's talk about a couple other things, such as Help Wanted. We've got our Help Wanted sign up. Check it out. We have a jobs board. It is, hey, right in my face. The jobs board, as you can see, has a lot of really cool positions open. There's a club program coordinator up in Oakland for Raspberry Pi Foundation. We've got someone looking for some remote 12-volt battery monitoring Pi system to be built. I'm guessing that's some contract work, remote contract work. Very cool. So check out the jobs board, jobs.adafruit.com, and that will, it is free, first of all, so don't fear. It costs nothing to post jobs. It costs nothing to post your own skills to show that you're available for hire. And there's a lot of cool positions up there, so check it out. What else have we got? Ooh, guess what? You can still subscribe for the next AdaBox. AdaBox is awesome. AdaBox is a box. It comes in the mail. You can subscribe to it quarterly. And when you get the box in the mail, there's all kinds of great stuff. Not only the gear that comes in the box, but the tutorials that go along with the box that allow you to really dive into perhaps a new area of making things and coding things and putting things together and building things. The next one comes out in just, a week or two, pretty soon. But there is still, I think, some subscription slots available. Once they're gone, they're gone. So head over to the Adafruit AdaBox site. Let me jump back in here. You can see, look, there it is. I think you can hit get started and go subscribe now. I think we still have some slots available. So go check out AdaBox. Look at all these fun things people are doing, posting down here all their AdaBox, previous AdaBoxes. So don't miss out. We are going to be doing an unboxing. I'll be doing a live unboxing during the Wednesday night slot that's normally Ask an Engineer on the 19th of December. We've got that pretty darkly penciled in. So please subscribe now and you can play along. What else? What else have we got? You know what? Let's jump into our coupon code for the week. So if you go to the Adafruit store and find a bunch of cool stuff you want to put together, maybe you're inspired by today's project or something else you've got in mind, you can get 10% off using the coupon code HOTKEYS. So head there, you can get 10% off of everything in your cart other than gift certificates, subscriptions, and software with that coupon code HOTKEYS. And let's see. What, oh wow, I've put some of my things out. Oh, let's look at the product of the week. I rearranged my monitor a little bit, which you will see why in a little bit, because I'm going to be doing some full screen sharing and probably suck us into the infinite mirror of video on video on video when we do that, but hopefully we'll all survive that. But this means I've squished some things around a little bit in the broadcast software, so I'm disoriented. But not so disoriented that I can't find the product of the week. And the product of the week is this adorable case for the Circuit Playground Express. I have one right here. Actually, I'll show you in a second. But so it's a clamshell injection molded case. You put the Circuit Playground Express inside, clicks it over. It's got slots where you can still use the alligator clips on all the pads, including the capacitive touch pads. You can still plug in USB, still plug in battery. And you still have access to the slide switch, the reset button, and the two A and B buttons. You can still do light sensing because it's clear. Infrared should work. I haven't tried it. And I'm guessing the microphone is not going to be as effective buried in here somewhere, but probably loud sound stuff will still work. So check out the super cool little case. Let me show you this one right here. I'm going to use this in a little bit for our MakeCode Minute. On the back here, you'll notice there is a 1/4 inch threaded insert for tripod screws to screw in. So here you can see I've got like a little tripod adapter kind of thing. You can screw that right in there, which is kind of a nice, convenient way to hook a Circuit Playground Express to a project. You can also, you don't have to use a real official tripod for that either. You can use a 1/4 inch screw. I forget the thread size on that, 1 in 20? I think that's it. So let's see. Yeah, that's the product of the week. Go check it out. I'm going to pull up the browser here. There you can see, there it is. It's $5, $4.95. And you'll save 49 cents on that if you use today's coupon code. What was that coupon code? That coupon code was HOTKEYS. So check it out. Super cool. Made by Mike Dole, industrial designer par excellence, who builds a lot of the, thank you, 1/4 20. That's how you describe the threading on that, right? Thank you, Troy Gar, over in the chat. That's the thread size of this little insert right here. And all right, so you know what, though? This will segue somewhat neatly, I think, into this guy. That's right, it's the MakeCode Minute. And let me bring up my Circuit Playground Express. So for today's MakeCode Minute, I wanted to talk about using the pin event block to read an external switch or sensor. So as you can see here, I've got my CircuitPython Express plugged in with a couple of alligator clips to a magnetic door sensor. This is what you see on alarms a lot of the time for checking windows and doors. So what's going on here in this MakeCode session is if you head down into the advanced section on the left and look at the pins, we have a block here called on pin A0 pulse high. Is that right? No. Yes? Oh, this is going well. Yeah, that one, that's it. On pin A0 pulse high. So I've got two of these on pin pulse high ones. I've switched them actually to pin A1, so I'm reading pin A1. And instead of pulse high, that's the part that threw me, I'm just reading a rise. And down here, I'm reading a fall. So what this means is, on the CircuitPython Express, I have pin A1 grounded through this switch. So the circuit is closed right now to ground, which means that the pin is resting low, has low voltage. When I open that circuit, it is going to send the pin back high. So what happens is when I rise, and it's going to read that signal right now, it switches my NeoPixel ring to red. And then when it falls or drops that voltage back down, it switches to blue. And so this is one way that you can use external switches with the Circuit Playground Express with just a couple of blocks. And that is your MakeCode Minute. All right, yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm going to edit that where I suddenly lost my mind about the name of this block. But yeah, as you saw in there, a little extra after the minute, you can change this from rising to pulsing high or pulsing low, depending on the type of signal that you have coming. So a blip rising or a blip dropping and returning will trigger something. So you've got a few options in there for that. Okay, so let's see. You know what I want to do is, oh no, someone in the YouTube chat said that AdaBox ordering seems to be broken at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what's going on. There's always a chance that the subscription's filled. As of last night, I know we had some open slots. Do not fear. We will put that AdaBox in the store as a regular item later after we've done the unboxing and had some chance to recuperate. We put the AdaBoxes in the store. The price will be a little higher. Sometimes there are some extras in the subscription one that are not in the main box, but the bulk of it, the goodies, all the tutorials will still apply later in case we have run out of subscription slots. But I'm hoping we haven't, Dale Hawkins. So maybe try again in a little bit or refresh your browser. I don't know. Hey, Nate Larson. Nate Larson. Welcome back, John. Trust you had a good Thanksgiving. So this is over in YouTube. Our friend Nate Larson from DigiKey. Hello. Had a great Thanksgiving. I traveled and was on the East Coast, which is a nice place for Thanksgiving. All right. So let's see. I think this is a great time to talk about our project of the week. So the project of the week is the Launch Deck. Let me move that out of the way and bring the Launch Deck into focus here. So the Launch Deck, let's see if I can zoom out a little bit more. There we go. The Launch Deck is built on the Trellis M4, and it is a button box that can be used to launch applications to do media control on your computer, like pausing and playing movies or songs in your media player. It can go forward and backwards through songs. It can change the volume, rise up and down. So those are media key type events. And then we can send keyboard shortcuts. So one button on the Launch Deck can act as if you are pressing a really big, complex keyboard shortcut series of keys. And then we can use an application launcher to handle what to do with that. So what I'm going to do is actually, let's switch over to the workbench for a second, and I'll show you a demo over there because I'm slightly terrified of using it on this machine while this machine is broadcasting. But if it goes well over there, maybe we'll come back here and try it. So let's switch over to the workbench, and I'm going to hide that one. And we can bring up that one. Okay, so as you can see over here, I've got a laptop, which I've kind of tipped up so that you can see it from this overhead camera. And in fact, there's Discord right now. So what I'm going to do is the Launch Deck has some great code that Scott Shawcroft created that allows it to go to sleep. And then after I have it set for 90 seconds, it'll go to sleep, and that's why not all the buttons were lit up right there. But now they're all lit up, and so what I've done is created a bunch of different key codes. So here's one that just hides whatever application is in front. So as you can see, every time I press that, I'm hiding applications. I have a button that launches Firefox or switches to Firefox. So you can see it's jumped there. We have a button that switches between all of the open windows of a current application. So that's going between all my Firefox windows. Not only that, but if I go to here's a Firefox window that has a bunch of, or it has two. Let's make another. We have some tabs in here, and let's open some different things up so they look different. So now you can see right next to my Firefox button in this row, this is kind of my web browser row, so I've got Firefox on the left. It's orange, although you can't see that too well. I've got Chrome on the right, and in the middle I've got the tab switching. So I can now pop Chrome open, and if I have multiple tabs in there, I can switch between those tabs. They look identical in this case. So let's just hide that, hide that. I've just been using this in the last week, and I'm already very used to it. I kind of miss it when I don't have it on a machine. So one of the reasons I've really liked using it is that I tend to develop CircuitPython code in Atom, and then I just copy and paste it over into Mu. And so I've got this green button for Atom, which is the color of the icon for Atom. So I can go in here, I can copy some code, go over to Mu, paste it, and then hit save there. It's a very quick way to get code safely onto a CircuitPython or a CircuitPython device. So those have been great, and then I can pop open a terminal window with this green button. There's a terminal window. And again, if I have multiple windows, you can change the focus of those windows. Let's see if I can move those. You can change that focus again with this yellow button down here. So I'm going between windows, and if I have multiple tabs, I can go between the tabs, which is pretty great. Let me escape that. I just sent it a crazy command. Let's see what else. So I said I've got the media things on here. So let me see if this will play. You can hear that. So I can change the volume up and down with these. And you can see it goes to the color of the currently pressed button. So it's a dimmer blue and a brighter blue. You can mute that, pause that. And then if you're using something like Spotify or iTunes or something to listen to your music, you can fast forward or rather skip and go to the previous one. Those are media commands they're allowed in the HID USB key commands. What else do I have here? I've got Discord and Slack, which we use a lot at Adafruit. I can minimize those. And let's see, am I skipping any? I've got a couple of music programs that I launched. So this will bring up VCV Rack. This will bring up Helm. And again, I can minimize those, and it's not quitting them. It's just dumping them out of view. I can also I use Photoshop not on this machine. I just have a Pixel program on that same button on this machine. I put Sonic Pi over here. And this one, let's see, I don't know if this one's working. Let's try it. That one's not working on this machine for some reason. That one is the Gmail button. Oh, I know why, because I have Evernote open, and Evernote has a conflicting keyboard shortcut. So that's one of the fun things when you start doing keyboard shortcut stuff, is you want to get ones that are weird enough that they're not going to be used anywhere else. Let's see. Let's go to Facebook, and let's see, does this one work? No, it's not. Oh, you know why? Because I'm calling a bookmark that I don't have on here, that's why. So that is the thrust of it. And now I'm going to switch back over to my machine here. And here's the scary part, but I'm going to show you full screen from here, and I'm going to show you a little quick demo of how you set these things up. Hey, Sai asks in Discord when the main Trellis M4 board is going to be back in stock. We have a batch coming in, Lamore said last night, so soon. if you subscribe to the email alert, you'll find out the moment it arrives. I haven't checked today, so I don't know if it's in stock or not. But okay, so here we go. I'm going to go full screen. There's my whole screen. And now I'm going to bring, you can see this is the software I use. This is Wirecast, what I use to broadcast. Azure Sky says that I'm going to rickroll you with that bookmark. I have done that before, it is true, in the Rubber Ducky project over AdaBox 7. There was a keyboard shortcut launching program, and I did do a rickroll in there. Okay, so if I fire this up, here you can see it in action right now. I can bring up Firefox, and the Firefox window I have is, okay, here we go. So Firefox, and then I'm going to switch between open windows, so the focus is changing, and now I can use my little next, next, next. Oh, here's something I want to talk about, by the way. You'll see I have, I printed a really cool 3D flexible bumper case last night for my Trellis M4 that was created by the Ruiz brothers. And my first attempt was terrible. I had some old Ninja Flex Cheetah filament, and that's what you get using old moist filament. So I had some stuff that's also old, but was at least sort of sealed up, and that one printed much better. I can improve a lot on that, I'm sure. I don't print in flexible stuff much, but I'm kind of psyched to have this cool rubber case on here. So let's see, how did we get here? Because I'm switching between Firefox tabs, and now I'm switching over to a different Firefox entirely. Did I publish that post? I did. Good. So let's minimize that. Boop. And I didn't kill my session. Good. Now, yeah, Toddbot over in Discord says we got to find a way to make legends for the Trellis keys. You could definitely put some little icons, maybe to say what a row is about. But I have found that using, so some of these I've left blank intentionally so that I have some shapes that kind of jump out to me. And so I know that this little pair of green and red is my coding windows for Atom and the Moo. So there's definitely some visual clues you can do to help yourself out. Let's hide that one. I don't need that up there. Okay, so let me now show you one way to set up the keyboard shortcuts for this. So let's go back, how about to Atom. And you can see, actually I'll bring up a fuller Atom window, and I will hide that one. So you can see here in the, this is the CircuitPython code that's running on my Trellis M4. I have this little list of the key button positions. So 0, 0 is the top left coordinate, the way I have this oriented. So X, Y, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0. And then you can see I'm sending an argument of what color I want it to be in hex. Here you can also do an RGB if you want. These lines got really long, so I thought it would be cool to keep them shorter with the hex colors. Then I specify which type of command. So there's two types of HID, well, there's more than two types. There's two types we're using of HID commands, and they have slightly different commands that send them. So I'm specifying here that is either a media control, consumer control code, or a key code. So here I specify that these are media ones. And then what the consumer control code is. This comes from a big long list, and there'll be a link in my guide on this. But play pause is you can guess what it does. It's that first button. It's playing or pausing whatever media app I have open. Next track, previous track, next track, volume up and down, and so on. Now, when I'm doing these app launchers, let's see, let's launch, I will launch, not Photoshop. Oh yeah, so when I'm launching like Moo here, what is actually launching that? So that's on row 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I look down here, 4, and it's the second button, so 0, 1 on X. And so what I'm sending is key code GUI. That's the name of the Apple command key or the Windows key or the super key on Ubuntu. So that's called GUI generically. Then I'm also holding down the Alt key, the Control key, So that's the sort of 3 keys there next to each other, and then 6 on my keyboard. So that's what it would look like if I did that. And I can do that. I can go Command, Option, Control, 6, and that pops up Moo in this case. Now the way to get that set up, so here you can see what the trellis is doing. It's sending this key command for me. But why does that key command launch Moo? Well, for that, you're going to want to set up some custom keyboard shortcuts. And you can do that with a couple of different methods. You can use, on a Mac, you can use some system preferences. You can use Automator if you want to do something slightly fancy. I'm actually using an application called Quicksilver. So let's look at the Quicksilver triggers section. And let me go back to the whole screen view. So here is Quicksilver trigger. I don't have a good way to zoom this in, I'm sorry to say. But what I've done is I've set up little triggers by hitting plus, going to keyboard, and now you just type in the name of an application, or you can drag an icon on. So I'm saying I want to launch the calculator app, and now I have an entry that does that, and then it asks you to do your keyboard shortcut. So I can click in here, and I'll do Command, Option, Control, Shift, 0. Did that work? Let's try that again. Command, Option, Control, Shift, 0. Okay. So now if I use that shortcut, Command, Option, Control, Shift, 0, you'll see my calculator just popped up. So this is a nice way to, one of the reasons I'm doing this is I want to set up keyboard shortcuts that are super big and weird and very unlikely to be used in any other application. You'll still run into these things, but it is sort of trial and error. I don't know of a way to ask across an entire system, hey, what is every application using for a shortcut? On Windows, Lamore was suggesting auto keys, which is another sort of macro scripting, automating language and application that you can run, which will do the same sort of thing. And there are others. I believe Alfred on the Mac can do it. So if you have any suggestions in the Discord chat or on the YouTube chat, let us know what some of your favorite app launcher types of things are. The Apple Automator is pretty cool, and not only can you set up what are called services, a special type of workflow on the operating system, but you can set up keyboard shortcuts to launch those. So you can do fancier things, you know, same button box. So I don't have any of these set up, but I do like showing the cool little display. So let's pop it back up. So you can set up a button. This one doesn't do anything right now. You can set up a button that launches an application and then maybe makes a new document inside of that application and even types stuff for you. So that's a third type of HID. The HID keyboard layout stuff in CircuitPython allows you to type. So if you're familiar with a rubber ducky, or if you look at the, there's a rubber ducky-like project that I built for the AdaBox 7 using a Gemma M0. Same sort of idea of basically this keyboard injection of saying I press a button and the computer has no idea that there isn't someone on the other side rapidly typing away at a keyboard. Hey Yannick, you're late and have to watch the video later. Welcome. We're launching stuff. Here, let me go back to the desktop and just show this off one last time before we wrap up. So here we go. I'm in my whole screen, so you can see here's my little button box, and I can change my system volume. Oh, you're going to hear an echo when I do that. Let's go mute that. I can launch Firefox. I can switch between tabs of the currently open window. I can switch between windows of the current application, so it's jumping focus across. I can hide that. I can also launch Chrome. Hey Chrome, there you are. Minimize that. What else? I'm always forgetting what these ones are because I'm not using them that much. Oh, that's Discord and Slack. These I use a ton. That brings up Atom. That brings up Moo. This brings up a terminal. Can hide, 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 and so on. So I also have this built on here. This one doesn't work great because it moves so fast and you can't tap, tap, tap it like you do on the computer keyboard the way you normally do, at least not with the setup I currently have. But you can see if you let go at the right time, you can launch an app that way. So I might try to improve that one. So that is the project of the week. It is the Launch Deck Trellis M4. I've been writing a guide for it, and that should be published Friday or sometime over the weekend or Monday. That usually tends to be our window of getting the latest guides out that I put into moderation on a Friday. And I'm excited to see what people will do with it, because you can script it to kind of do almost anything you want, not only right on the trellis by having it send strings of commands, but also by using one of these middleware types of applications like Quicksilver or AutoKeys that can then interpret these keyboard shortcuts and do something interesting. I hope you enjoy that. That wraps it up for today. This has been John Park's workshop. Before we go, I will remind you that you can use the Hotkeys coupon, not keyboard, Hotkeys coupon to save 10% in the store, Adafruit store today, on anything other than gift certificates, subscriptions, and software. So head there, get yourself some cool stuff. And again, I'll say, if we still have subscription slots open, and that's an if at this point, for the next AdaBox 10. It comes out very soon. We're going to be shipping them very soon. I'll be doing the unboxing on the 19th of December during our normal Ask an Engineer slot. I hope you can join along in that. So check out the AdaBox. That will do it for today. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Yeah.